got nothing. Like, what this movie? This is confusing. What? Like, okay, so we have the whole video walking through the character, BEAU. Then we have this whole weird stuff. What? What do I have to do? I don't get this. Mom. Yeah, I can have an enjoy the movie confusing. Hey, I'm in Tesla.
Yo.
Yep. My brother is birthday today. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yep. And we talking about BEAU is AFRAID, the 2023 all-Oscar movie that came out this year. This was 3 hours long, 2 episodes 9 minutes. Holy shit, this is not even 3 hours. This should have been almost shorter. That's me. And yeah, I can tell my all friend had the video night upstairs, so it's just me and my brother. So I did birthday present, so I had birthday. Yep.
Yeah, man, dream team, dynamic duo.
Yep. Anywho, what is the plot? So, what is the plot of BEAU is AFRAID? Paranoid man about an epic odyssey to get home to his mother. This bold and ingeniously developed. Yeah, I can't believe that's ingeniously
The
developed.
paranoid man embarks on an epic odyssey to get home to his mother in this bold and ingeniously depraved new film from writer-director.
Sir. Yeah. And that'd be the plot in the show. Except, not really. This plot got so confusing, so crazy. What? Like, I don't get it. What was the plot of this movie? Like, it just, what? Ugh. Yeah. That's the plot in the show. Okay. Now, going to this movie, look, I went in blind. I knew nothing. I did not see the trailer, and, well, I had to tell Abby I didn't want to put it random. And we just saw after the movie because his birthday. So, yeah. And I went in blind. But I didn't want this 3-hour movie. What's my conclusion? I got nothing. What's the topic? It's so confusing. I mean, you explain.
I don't know. Oh, I keep doing this with the wrong arm. People can't see my right arm. It's all good.
Yeah.
Tough to say. You know, it's a movie about a lot of things. You know, trying to get back home to your mother. What does your mother even mean to you? Living in a world. If you're full of anxiety, how do you operate in the world?
Something like that.
You know, and then at the, on the profound end of the spectrum, and then there's the
extreme
unprofound end where, like, that dude just really needs to masturbate. You know, it's an interesting movie. Yeah. It's a weird movie because it doesn't really operate in, like, I guess it's like I don't know. I guess it's like the film is reality, but then it's tough to tell how much the movie is reality of the world versus like what's going on inside Joaquin Phoenix's character's head, which is funny because like we're in his head the entire movie. We're not in his headspace. Yeah. So, a lot going on. It's definitely a big swing of a movie that will, as we saw on Rotten Tomatoes and whatever else, it's provided get like just a plethora of reactions. Yeah. And, so it seems to be, I don't know. I guess in terms of like his filmography, it's probably like his least satisfying movie. Because it's not as like it's not as like cohesive. It's a bunch of like idea. It's like an everything, including the kitchen sink type of movie, where all these ideas and images and performances are thrown at the movie, and like really work. I think a lot of us. Yeah. Well, I don't want to speak for the fan, but I think most of us were pretty in with the movie for the first act or two. Yeah. Particularly before he even starts his
journey of Odyssey to Mother.
Yeah. Before that happens. Yeah. That whole sequence was very well done. Yeah. Then I was reading some reviews before we did this. Some people thought the Nathan Lane, Amy Ryan part was cool. Some people didn't. I actually like that part. Yeah. But then that's what makes it such an interesting movie, was how like it's kind of broken up into kind of like four. Yeah. Four. Spoil it. Yeah. But the way the movie, it's clearly structured a certain way, and you can tell that it's almost like pick your own adventure almost. Yeah, like choose your adventure. Certain parts, performances, really, really work. Yeah. What's up with the cat? I thought Nathan Lane was very good. Yep. Amy Ryan as they were Nathan. I can't even. I just forgot his name. What's his name?
Stephen Henderson.
No. Well, hold on.
Yeah. Joaquin Phoenix, Nathan Lane.
Nathan Lane, yeah.
Nathan Lane, yeah.
Brain farted on his name. Yeah,
Yeah.
Amy Ryan and him played a husband and wife.
Husband and wife.
You'll see that from whatever. And then, you know, I always love Parker Posey. So
Yeah,
shout
she's
out
great.
Parker Posey, you know,
She's
whenever,
fantastic.
you know.
Like, all they had a good job again. Look at the story. The story, I mean, it's just a jumbled mess because what the happening.
Well, just a lot of ideas. Like I said, you know, it's a movie that like clearly has a clear like through line. Like the director clearly knew what he was doing, but like it's everything kind of around that.
Everything
sort of,
around
like,
it
basic
is
plot
confusing.
line, you know. But it's definitely a big swing of a movie, you know. Clearly, A24 after Hereditary and Midsommar, which also are
With all
their own
the
fair
movies.
share of reactions.
Yeah. We're not divisive.
That seems like A24
Kind of.
was kind of just like, here's a blank check.
Do
movie.
whatever you want.
We had, you know, and it's interesting that we had Damien Chazelle's Babylon earlier in the year, another 3-hour movie that's also all over the place.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how these younger, I think it's tough to say what's going on. I
Yeah.
think a lot of these younger directors are kind of maybe like, hey, if they get the chance to do it, get the chance to do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what's the alternative? The only other time we're going to get that much money to make a movie is like, I don't know, something
I don't know, something like a blockbuster
like
maybe.
Marvel thing or something.
Not just Marvel, but John Wick would also kind of blockbuster kind of sort of that movie.
Yeah, but John Wick also kept leveling up. The first John
That's true.
the first
The
John
first
Wick
was
did
low
not-
budget.
the first John Wick did not cost $100 million. And
That's
you,
true.
And you can look back at the first John Wick, like
It would have made it pull it off.
They were lucky. They were lucky they pulled it off.
Yeah.
So you just don't know what's going to be a franchise.
What's
what isn't
not
gonna
gonna be a franchise.
Point is this.
Yeah.
I'm glad the movie exists because we need big auteur swings
we need
like this.
variety.
You know,
Yeah.
like I said before, it's probably his least like
Like
I walked out of it feeling the least satisfied of all his movies. But then it's not a movie that's meant to satisfy you in that traditional sort of way.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't give you a sort of cathartic moment.
It doesn't give you like an end that makes sense.
Midsommar or Hereditary give you, although the ending is just as shocking.
The ending is just confused.
I
What?
would say.
Yeah, I felt confused with them. Like, what?
It just operates in a slight different register from the rest of his movies because he's not using genre necessarily to filter through. He's not filtering through genre. This is kind of like his unfiltered mind.
Yeah, you better do
Just
whatever
quite
you
crazy.
want.
I mean, I'll see if it's any endorsement. I'll see another movie of his. I just hope it's not 3 hours long.
Yeah, good thing she had me do that. Yeah, that's what I mean. The painting movie is so all over the place. You can't tell what's real. Like, wait, what? Wait.
Special shout out to a certain interlude in the movie. I don't want to give it away. There's a certain sequence about halfway through the movie
When you go with the force,
that involves, you know, don't want to spoil anything. Very good, well done animated sequence.
that part is great.
I learned that the directors of the animated film The Wolf House were involved with it.
It did?
Which makes sense because Ari Aster had produced or did something with their short
You
film.
probably produced
with their
them.
short
You know,
film
made short
Bones.
film. Yeah.
So, you know, like I said, I could go on with various sequences and images and things, you know, some of his tracking shots, especially.
I would agree. Sometimes it can be. Sometimes it
the
can be.
urban landscape, this hellscape that he's in. I could go on about it. But I guess, I mean, is it self-indulgent? Yes.
Yes.
Is it just indulgent? Yes.
Yes.
Is it too long?
Yes. That is never I have.
Is it perfect?
No. Hell no. They not perfect at all.
But I'm glad it exists, and I think people should see it, if only for the experience. Now, you might hate me for saying that, and you might walk out from, like I said before we even saw the movie, good or bad, you're not getting those 3 hours back.
Yeah, that thing was way too long.
That goes for any 3-hour movie.
That is true. The only 3-hour movie I did get my mind well, Lord of the Rings maybe, but that didn't count because it's a fantasy movie. But other than that, if I compare this movie to any horror movie, actually wait, the genre of the movie is a comedy and drama.
Well, it's definitely.
I don't think it's a comedy.
Oh, it's definitely a comedy. I mean, a very dark comedy.
Yeah, like dark comedy.
I mean, you don't throw as many penis jokes in there.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Like what?
So it's definitely a jet black comedy, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, but they were hot funny.
But it operates in a surreal, it's tough to, it's horror because with the character experience, it's horror to him.
Yeah.
But I would say the movie is itself a horror movie.
Yeah.
It's definitely
it's not about funny.
It's definitely very surreal.
It is surreal. It
Which
gets
then could
crazy.
lead to horrible imagery and scary imagery. You know, there's a lot because the character is just this anxiety-ridden mess.
Yeah, like Walking Beam is a good George character. Yet the story itself all falls apart. Like what? Like I don't get it. Even talking right now, even trying to marinate for it after one day, I'm still don't know what the hell this movie was. Like what?
Well, then how am I supposed to give it a rating?
Good point. Yeah, but
well, I'll go first then.
Yeah, you go first.
I think it's a movie that lies somehow, some way. You know, I could give it a 1. Shit, I could give it a 4. So I'm gonna go in between.
So
and
3.
Give it a 3.
Yeah.
Due to its chutzpah, its acting,
That's
its look. Shoot, even some of its themes and ideas. You know, I mean.
True. Yeah,
but all the criticisms that I labeled earlier throughout this review.
Yeah.
I maintain, thus 3 out of 5.
I understand that, but for me, in personality, if I had to look back, it would be okay. But for me, this movie, I don't mean a bad movie. It's not a train wreck, not to pull my hair out point. This is just confusing, surreal.
Well, honestly, if I had hair, parts of it were very like, come on, man, what even is this? But that's what makes it so like. So it makes it such a crazy experience where it's like there are things happening where you're like, oh my god, I can't believe this is so ridiculous. But then there's moments where you're like, oh my god, that was like effing brilliant.
Yeah, and then what the fuck?
All right, so what is it?
I can rate a 2 out of 5 stars. This was a confusing mess, but it wasn't a bad movie. I don't mean it a train wreck. No, I know 2 out of 5, but damn it, 2 out of 5 is a bad rating. Yes, I'll admit that I 2 out of 5, but here's the thing. This movie, if I had to go back to it, maybe I watch it again in the future, I may change my rating, but
time will tell. It's an odd movie, because in the sense that, like, it kind of needs a second viewing.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, it's like, I don't really want
I don't want to watch it again, because they don't want to watch it again, because I'm going to wait 3 out of my life to watch it again. This is just okay, maybe disappointing, but like, I didn't know what I was expecting. But other than that, this is a weird movie, and honestly, it's my advice. You can check out the one. No, I don't want to, but I don't know if the movie made bank or not. But it's movie did my bank. Good, under all I asked him, I knew he get to make a movie, but this thing failed and tanked. That was disappointing, but other than that, never talk about. But this movie just kind of confusing. If you want my advice, check it out. If you don't want to check it out, you're not missing much. But anywho, although. I think that's Bo. That's a Bo with the Afraid. Yeah, Bo, not BEAU. I keep getting things up.
It's all good. I'm terrible with names. It's all good.
Yeah, like Bo with the Afraid. Please don't comment you about the Indian movie. Do I get to hate it? Also the phone on Twitter. Please don't subscribe my channel. Please get the bell. Can I have some story? We got the account. One minute. I'm with the bear. Oh yeah, the movie. And you have to compare like both this to Hereditary to
Midsommar.
Yeah, Midsommar. You have to compare that to all 3 movies. Which movie is your favorite? If I had to compare all 3, I think my favorite one is maybe Midsommar. I think Midsommar might be the one more Indian movie. This is just way too out there, way too surreal, and just too confusing. And I mean, it's me. Oh yeah, City of Evil Dead when we watch that movie. When we can watch it tomorrow, maybe. Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Send you with that movie because I'm an Evil Dead fan, and the rest of the family here and maybe they get ratings. I'll probably just like. When I ask them to put it away and put them at someone in the future. And I can join it and I with my brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And take care. See ya. Bye.